Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this super cute man bag, or satchel as I like to call it. As you can see, it's a cute little box, and inside it has some really lovely toffee fees. Now I did do a black and white box for toffee fees with the Christmas stuff, but I couldn't resist doing a different style of bag for Father's Day or for a male birthday, and I just thought this was ideal, so I'm going to show you how to make it. So you need a sheet of cardstock, 12 by 12, and you need to cut 1 inch off, so it's 11 by 12, and in centimetres that is 30 centimetres by 28. And then I've got this 1 inch or 2.5 centimetre strip that I cut off that I need to save because I'll be using that for my handle. So with your cardstock, you need to be scoring. So let's just grab my scoring tool. So on the 11-inch side, we need to score at, oops, make sure I've got this right, 1 inch, 2, 9 and 10. And in centimetres, that's 2.5, 5, 23 and 25.5. And then we're going to rotate, so we're on the 12-inch side, and we're going to score at 3, 4, 8.5 and 9.5 inches, and in centimetres that's 7.5, 10, 21.5 and 24. Simple as that. And then, as we do, we're going to fold and burnish the score lines. And I've been using the Truly Tailored suite for this. I think it's lovely. It's obviously ideal and made with Father's Days and male birthdays in mind. Obviously Father's Day isn't until June, so it is quite a way off. But if you think ahead and get your products now instead of in June, then you will be getting your celebration item. So it pays to shop early. Get your goodies early so that you can get something for yourself, and then you can get a little freebie out of it while you're there. So we fold and burnished, and now we're going to cut. And what we're basically going to be doing is leaving these 4 squares. They're the only bits that we need left. So cut straight down here, and then I'm going to go across the 2 to get rid of that. And then just cut down the side of this one, and then just cut some little wedges into that. And so that's basically what we're doing on each corner. So yeah, so I think that now would be a great time to stock up on anything that you need for your Mother's Day and Father's Day projects, so that you get something for yourself. Obviously the £45 that you spend, or €60, means that you can get 1 celebration item. That doesn't include the postage and packaging. Or you can go up to a £90 order, and that will either get you 2 of the level 1 celebration items, or you can get 1 of the level 2. If you don't understand the difference, have a look in the little celebration brochure. Failing that, have a look online, and if you still don't know, hop along to my blog, because there's information on there too. So there's plenty of information around for everybody to find out what it's all about. And if you still don't know, drop me an email or contact me via Facebook or anything, and I'll try and help you as best I can. So that's that done. So now we have our 4 wedges ready. So now we need to pop our DSP on. So I've got varying different lengths. Where's that one? There it is. That had me worried for a moment. So we have the main piece that's going to go on the back. Let me move that out of the way. So this one measures 6 3/4 by 4 1/4. And as I say, this one goes across the back, just on the main bit there. We then have 2 strips that are slightly shorter than the other 2 strips, and obviously these are for the sides. So these are 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4 and 3/4 of an inch by 6 3/4. And like I said, you just pop these on the sides and over the top. This paper is lovely. It's really nice. It's perfect for male themed cards. It's got the colour combinations already going on in there, so you don't need to really think about it. It has coordinating ribbon and buttons. Okay, so last 2 panels then. So we have 6 3/4 by 2 1/4 and 6 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I'll just stick these on and then I'll go through those panels in centimetres, but everything is on my blog, including all the measurements. So we have 6 3/4 by 2 1/4, which is 17 centimetres by 5 1/2. We have 2 of these long thin ones, which are 6 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch, and that's 17 centimetres by 2 centimetres. We have the 2 shorter ones, which are 4 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch, and they are 11 centimetres by 2 centimetres. And then we have the main panel, which is 6 3/4 by 4 1/4 inches, that's 17 centimetres by 11. And then the last one, which is, I'm just checking it's the bigger one, 6 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that is 17 centimetres by 7. Got there in the end. Okay, so the next thing we need to do then is adhere this up. So while we've got it this way, I'm going to pop some adhesive on these little tabs, and obviously I'm using my fuse as that's always my go-to when I want something sturdy held together. So I'm just popping these together, and likewise with this one. Now you will notice that my blue one opens slightly differently. I did try and alter how it was made and it didn't actually turn out that well. So I had to rethink that slightly and remake it, if you like. So here's my fabulous box of chocolates that's going to sit inside. Oops, wrong way round. The top flap is slightly bigger, so obviously that will go over the top. And so we need to put some magnets on this to hold it together. So I've got these small magnets, and if I can just find my ruler. So these are 7 millimetres by 1 millimetre thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, when I can separate them, two there, which I want to add a glued up to each side, and then just simply pop it on there. I'm just going to put my snail in so that that doesn't close while I'm doing this one, and then I need 2 more. And the reason I'm doing them together is so that when I come to stick them onto my box, I know that they're going to stick together and not be opposites, because the last thing you want is to go to all this effort and then stick your magnets on so that they're the opposite. So those are my magnets stuck on there with a glue dot on the top, and then I'm just simply going to put that down and just rub, sort of warm it up a little bit just to get that adhesive sticking. So while we've got that sticking, let's pop that to one side. We're going to do our handle. So that strip that you cut off, you keep it at the 1 inch thickness, or 2.5 centimetres, and we're going to cut it down to 7.5 inches, which is 19 centimetres. And then we are going to score at 1 inch either end, which obviously is 2.5 centimetres, because that's the thickness of it. Oh, I thought that was all going to crash then. So just gently fold in your crease, and then I'm just going to grab my bone folder and just encourage this to bend slightly, and then back in with my fuse on the bottom of it, and then pop your box back up and just really eyeball that you've got the same distance, stick them on, and then those fantastic buttons that I mentioned are going to go on the handles. And again, I'm going to use glue dots for these. You can use liquid glue, obviously it will take a fraction longer to adhere and dry, but glue dots work just as well when you can get them to stick. So there's one button going on, and I'm using two again, just because they give a greater surface area cover, and stick that one on. So there's my buttons and there's my handle. So now we just need to decorate it. So I've used my 1¼ inch circle punch, and I've got 3 crumb cake circles here. And just very quickly, I'm going to show you the way of me getting these corner edges. Because it's 1¼ I sort of guesstimate where the centre is. I mean, you can measure it obviously, and then I scored it, and then I used, that wasn't actually the centre at all, was it? And then I used my score line to do that one. It doesn't matter, I don't need all of those anyway. So again, measuring that's better, so just measuring that and scoring it, and it gives you almost perfect central quarters for you to be able to then cut and sponge, which is simply what I did. So I'm going to actually go over that one because I know that that's not quite right. So just cut up the quarters, and this is a little bit time consuming, so I shan't do all of this on camera, but you just grab your crumb cake, grab your sponge, and then simply sponge all around the edges. You do get inky fingers, I'm afraid. That is the one thing with this. So sponge all with the edges, and then once you've done them all, oops, I'll just move that to one side. I just grabbed my snail and just added some snail onto it, and then you just pop them onto the corners. Come here and hide. And just pop them onto each corner, just like that. And then obviously you do all of them. And then to decorate, as I said, I'm using beautiful classic weave crumb cake ribbon. So I want to measure how much I need, because this obviously goes down to there. So just trim that. Oops, magnets are stuck to my scissors. That was funny. So just trim that off. And then I actually use tear and tape to hold this down. So just grab my tear and tape, and I just grabbed a couple of pieces, and I made sure that this was in the right place where I wanted it. So my first piece just goes on top of the ribbon. Just take the backing off, and then make sure you've got your ends level and you're happy with it. So that's okay. And then I actually used a little bit more on the back just to hold it in place, which again, just make sure you've got it all where you want it and stick it on. And then we need, oh, nearly lost it, the tailored tag punch, and I'm using chocolate chip as my contrasting cardstock. And then I have my chocolate chip, oh, I've just put the scissors on the magnet again. Oh, that's not going to be a big enough block, is it? I need my D block. Yes, my D block and my Truly Tailored. And I'm going for the Today is Your Day, Celebrating Style. Just pop that on there. Back in with the punch. And just obviously make sure it's central. Back with my crumb cake and my sponge, because I just sponged the edge. Just to add to the effect. This is, as I say, does take a little bit of time, but it is worth it because it does look good when you've finished it. So there's my sentiment. I'll cut this one in half, back in with my snail on here, and then I just simply give this the little edge that it needs, a little border at the top and the bottom, making sure that they're equal and that the sides aren't overhanging at all. So stick that one on there, and then if I can find my dimensionals, I just use a couple of dimensionals to sit over that ribbon, and your box is done. Not too long. Just pop him over the top, and there you have it. And once you've finished your little corners, your boxes are great to give as a gift for Father's Day or for a male birthday or anything really. I just think they're super cute and they hold great chocolates. Thank you for joining me, guys, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.